how to open a company in Spain. As we all know, Spain it's a very attractive country when it comes to the weather and the friendly locals. So anyone can be attracted to live here or establish her or his company in Spain. So in this video I'm gonna try to give you an idea about how is to register as a company here, and which are the main requirements that you need to fulfill in order to have a successful application and establish your company here as a EU or non-EU citizen. Just to make it very brief, I would like to explain that EU citizen means for a person that belongs to the internal market, the European internal market, for example, Italy, Sweden, Norway, or Poland. And non-EU country can be Zambia or Congo or Morocco, for example. So it doesn't mean that being a non-EU citizen is gonna be impossible to establish your company here. It just that has a different way of application, which is sometimes can be a bit more harder to fulfill, because the first thing that non-EU country citizen need to do is to apply through the consulate or embassy, which sometimes it depends of how they work, how slow, how organized they are there. It can be a very easy or not very easy, but generally it's not that easy. So that's why it's very important to form and read and catch enough information to do it as well by yourself in order to have that successful application. And of course, never hesitate to get in touch with any lawyer that can help you in order to make easier your application and more successful, definitely. So the thing here is that these non-EU people, citizen, need to apply the visa in order to enter our country, like visa mercant, which is based in these following documents. I'm gonna take it very brief. I don't want to take it too long in this video, this particular issue, because it takes time. But basically you need to have a plan, talk about very detailed and specific offer of your business. I have seen people who write it down in one paper, which is not correct, because a business plan need to be very detailed, and honestly at least 5 pages it's very little, but as much details you can write and specific, it's better, because what you need to do is to give the feeling of a trustful project and real and serious business plan. So 1 page it's not enough, and it shows kind of laziness. And I recommend you, as I told you, if the person is not able to do that by herself or himself, contact someone who can do that for you, because sometimes trying to do everything by yourself costs you more than if you hire someone who can do that for you in a very professional way. But that's personal, and everyone has the freedom to choose, but just be consequence of the action after that. And well, as I told you, you need to have a business plan. You need to have evidence of enough resources, which is money, your bank account, that going to be used for your business plan and for maintaining yourself. So it's gonna be important quantity in your bank account in order to pass that evidence of enough resources, enough money. And also you need to show your skills, and how we show our skills: diplomas, conferences, license in our home country, that we have already this kind of business. So we are just trying to extend our company in Spain, but we already have one. So you have already that experience, you have already skills that you have developed by yourself, or an education institution, or formation, and all that kind of certification, registration, license, and all that document related to the business. Always trying to show that you are already familiarized with what you are going to do in Spain. You know, it's not something that you have invented from the night to the morning, as we used to say in Spanish. So just try to collect as much document you can. Okay. After that, what we need to remember is that it's very important that all these documents that we are going to present, if they are not in Spanish, they need to be translated, legalized, and apostillized. La apostilla de la Haya, the Haya apostille. So ask for it, because it's very important. If your country it's a signature of this convent, this agreement, it's very important that all the documents that your country create or give you need to be in that way. So ask someone who can advise you. Anyway, I'm gonna let here my email, and for any doubt you can contact me, and I will be very happy to answer you, no matter where you're coming from. So I will try to at least if it's in English, it's gonna be easier, but I will try to translate and answer you. So just don't forget the non-EU country that need to have this same condition, enough money when they want to renovate the residence permit, which work the following way. 1 year, and you need to renovate it and show that you have the same condition as when they give you the successful entrance, the visa. So you need to show the taxes, the incomes, that you have enough money, resources, and all that in order to renovate your residence permit. Then they give you the time of 2 years living and working, and then you need to show again the same, and then another 2 years, and you need to show the same, enough resources, the business plan, and then you get the status of a permanent resident here in Spain, which is really good status, and I highly recommend to fight for it. And after that, I would like just to come back to because now both of two status, the non-EU and EU citizen, we are now on the same boat. Both are living here. They have their NIE. But how to create a company? That's what I didn't actually answer yet. So we have already our NIE, which we say that the EU citizen just go to the police and ask for it, and the non-EU need to do it through the consulate and then come here to the police. So now both of these people has their own NIE and want to establish a company. Which kind of company you want to? That's the point. You need to choose the kind of company that you want to establish. But from my personal experience, I would like to recommend you that before starting with a very huge idea, just take it step by step and try to study the market, get familiarized with all the barriers, the challenges after taking the next huge step. First, try to invest as little in order to study what's going on in all the area, and then if it's going very well, just take the next step. But the main form of companies, the main one are the limited company, partnership, and sole trade. I recommend the last one, sole trade, because it's easier, is more flexible and cheaper, which is the perfect form in order to start for the first time in a country that you are a foreigner in. So it's very good to not take huge steps in order to not make huge mistakes. So after that we have our NIE, and we have choose which kind of company we want. We have decided that we want this. We need to go with our NIE and register it in a tax authority which called Hacienda. Also we need to register in security, social security, o sea, seguridad social, and get a license from our local authority, which here is el ayuntamiento, los ayuntamientos. To get that license in order to open your business, your company, like the physical place where you're gonna develop your activity, your offers. I would like also to remember you that if you get into the health security in Spain, also your family who is dependent on you, going also to have a free access to health care, which is very good, because Spain has a very well organized health care and has been always dealing with the worst challenges like COVID-19 and all this, and like in very professional way. So I really see it, and I want to express it in this video, because it's a really advantage and it's a really good thing to have a free access to health. Of course, if you can pay it, it's also good, and have a private insurance, but the public health works really nice here in Spain, which is one of the things that I'm really proud and happy for it. And after that with that, as I told you, the minimum quantity of money in order to open a bank account, a company, and that bank account on the name of your company needs to be 3,000 euro. But many people forget that this 3,000 euro can be property, can be immovable, inmuebles, can be machinery, for example, can be furniture, and all that need to have its own cost, I mean value. So it can be equal to that 3,000 euro if the value worth it. So what I want to say, I don't know if you was able to understand my point with this very low level of English, but basically this 3,000 can be evaluated in other kind of objects, of values, not only the euro or the paper or the what is the monetary coin or valuta, right? So that's the point, okay? And what else we need to take into account? We have already said that we need the NIE, we need the 3,000 in our bank account, we need to apply in Hacienda, Social Security, get the license in our in the ayuntamiento, in the local authority, and we need to create a public deed of incorporation. It's generally drafted by a lawyer, which establishes all the rules that gonna control or democratize or organize the company functioning. The company needs to have its own laws, so it's very important that you have a very attentive and good lawyer to write down all what you want in that company and the way you want to rule over it. So it's very important to not do it by yourself, because sometimes, especially if you're going to create that kind of company which is shared with others, can sometimes have a bad understanding, so misunderstanding. So let's talk and do it like very slow, draft it, read it, get an agreement, and then sign it. And then you need to take it after, when it's a draft, you need to take it to the public notary, and the public notary going to publish it in the register, in the mercant register. It doesn't take that much, it takes 15 days after you get your final tax registration number, which I told you before that you can you go and you take Hacienda, you register yourself, but they give you a temporary one. But once you send the bylaw of your company to the public notary, and you get your statutos, as we call it in Spanish, bylaw approved, then you get the permanent tax registration number, which is very important. But you only gonna have that when you have stamped by the mercant register as approved, and this used to take 15 days. It's not very long. So if we are talking, we can say that about time, we can say that it takes 1 month to 1.5 to have it, which can be less if you work with a lawyer and help you to do all this, because it's even much shorter than this 1.5 that I'm just giving you an idea about how much it takes if you do it by yourself. Of course, also, if you don't understand the Spanish language, you need to know that these bylaws need to be in Spanish, because that's the way it works. It cannot be another language, because the administration here works only in Spanish. So you need to take a translator in order to explain you that these are the rules and that, and make you a bit understand. Or if your lawyer speak both languages, it's much better, because then you save cost in a translator, because it's the lawyer who gonna translate you everything. I think I didn't forget nothing more. As I told you, the first thing you need to do is to have a NIE, and after that register yourself. Don't forget about the name, that before writing down the name, you need to submit it to the agency of company names, in order to not have a similarity with other companies and have a problem, because it's a very common problem to have or to try. Sometimes people try to have the same name as a very huge company, which is not allowed by the market. So try to have a very unique name. I recommend to have a list of 5 and submit it to your lawyer, and then your lawyer submit it to the registro de nombres de compañía, in order to be sure that has no similarities and not get rejected your name registration of your company because of plagio, so of similarities with other name, which is a very important thing in all Europe, to not be copying the other people company identity. So I think I have told you everything. In this bylaw, you need to write down all the details, as I told you. Just try to contact with a lawyer, and he or she gonna help you to do that, and it's even faster, and you're gonna feel more confident with your application. So yeah, don't hesitate to contact me if you're interested in establishing yourself in Spain.